accurate. Positron offers a wide range of intuitive and collaborative tools designed for every stage of your workflow. Narrators, producers, and directors can use our script prep tools to speed up pronunciation research and character voice planning, stopping pickups before they happen. Proofers and audio engineers can use our proofing tool to catch every misread, helping you achieve word-perfect accuracy. Editors can easily generate pickup packets and other reports to ensure that no misreads are overlooked. Plus, your leadership team will have full transparency throughout the entire process using our collaboration tools. By simplifying your production workflow, Positron will save you hours in production time, allowing you to focus on the wonderful and creative elements of your project. Ready to get started? Check out www.positron.com to sign up for your free trial.
Just getting started or feeling stuck? Wherever you're at, the VO Dojo is here to help you take your voiceover career all the way. Get the training, support, and connection you need to guide you every step of the way, from I don't know to working pro. You get a rock-solid foundation and all the tools you need for your sustained, successful voiceover career. Mindset, skill set, and real-world experience, all in a hands-on, hearts-in, supportive community. Join us at thevodojo.com.
Okay, this next talk is going to be very fascinating. Voiceover is evolving far beyond traditional genres like commercials and corporate. It is, in fact, becoming a core driver of immersive storytelling across augmented and virtual reality, user-generated content and interactive experiences of all kinds. In this session, Berto Jolliffe explores how voice actors can adapt, grow, and position themselves for success in a rapidly evolving industry without needing to be tech experts. You'll learn how to exploit platforms you already have access to, build your personal brand through content creation, and develop performance skills suited for interactive and non-linear storytelling. Berto, you have an eager audience, so let's get right into it.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate everybody here. My name is Berto Jolliffe. Most people know me as Berto. I'm a voiceover actor, as probably everybody here, but I'm also a tech enthusiast. I'm a multi-hyphenate. I like to dabble and dibble in all the things. Yes, ma'am. Check, check. Yeah, you want me to get closer? Yeah, right here. Let's pull it in a little closer. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to take y'all beyond the booth, kind of like a dive into like my career, my learnings, the things that I've come across in the industry. Currently, right now, I'm a University of Oregon student. I'm in XR VR program, learning about all the technologies. My day job was tech. Well, it is tech. I'm always like creating things. I create apps outside of work, things of that nature. I'm always diving in. So I love the world of like tech and entertainment. So I'm always trying to find the thin line or the cross through for everything. And what I want to do today, I'm going to show you all of the things that are happening within the technology industry, but also what's happening in media. They're kind of both going in the same parallel at the same time, advancing and growing. And I just want to highlight certain areas and certain things so that way people could be knowledgeable of like, there are other avenues for possible profit or getting your name out there in different brands or different technology spaces or different platforms. And the voice is part of it all. Like your voice is that important. It's not going away. AI is there. Yes, cool. And we're going to touch on that. I'm going to tell you some stories about myself in that space as well. So I want y'all to kind of like sit here and close your eyes. Imagine it's 2036. So you wake up to an AI companion. Smart glasses recognize people. Movies react to the audience. NPCs remember previous conversations. Theme parks have characters powered by AI. Children learn from embodied tutors. Brands have living AI mascots. What is a commonality in those things? Each one of those has a voice. Each one of those is using a voice. And let's not say it's going to be AI voice, but there's always going to be human voice. People want to hear real. People want to know real. So every one of those things that does have a voice, the future belongs to the people of the biggest following. So it doesn't have to be the biggest following. If it belongs to people who understand where media is going and have the courage to create there, that's where you're going to dominate. You're going to dominate in these spaces. there's a lot going on in the future. There's UGC content, there's AI media, there's streaming, there's reaction videos, there's gaming. That's all human. That's all people like giving their real use case or real reactions to these actual things that are going on live in videos, or what real reviews. These companies are diving in and digging in deeper into UGC, user generated content. They want more and more real, authentic, natural people. There's actual spaces for your voices to exist in and believe, where you could expand your career at. Sorry. The name of the game is creating your own opportunities. I'm a big conduit of like, hey, yes, you do voiceover, but like, what else can you do? What else can you add? How else can you stand out? The things of yesteryear were like commercial, radio, TV, news. Right now, and back then, it was a lot of gatekeeping and local access, kind of like they controlled where these voices were implemented or where they existed. Now you have the gaming, you have blogs, podcasts, brands, media companies, interactive experiences, lead generation, things of that nature, immersive platforms like Meta. I know they just closed down their other platform, but there's going to be more. The glasses space is just growing and growing, and there's just an opportunity for you to fill those spaces. A lot of them don't have voices. At my program at University of Oregon, I'm in the XR program working directly with Snapchat and spectacles and things of that nature. They don't have a lot of human voices. They're trying to create. If you look at the basis of all things, people want to hear the story. There's a story through anything. Story ties people together. Story brings people together. And if you're coming from New York or Denver, or like wherever you're from in the world, Russia, Asia, you're able to bring that story from your authentic purpose or your perspective. And that's always going to be needed, and that's not going away. The media landscape, as we said, has changed. And what we see here, we have like a lot of like what's going on. Transformational media, the TV, radio, commercials. You're seeing a lot of streaming. That's a lot of content. That's a lot of voice. There's a lot of people online that are just talking, and they're building audiences. They're selling themselves to different brands. They're bringing in a different perspective of things in life. So when you look at that, it's just turning into this new media where creators are being the vocal aspect of that genre. Like if you can create something people want to hear, and it's not just based on like followers or if you're like the biggest person. Now, if you're the SME of like, let's say you're the SME of like horseback riding, like you have a voice and you're important. People want to hear your perspective. They want to know how'd you get to that? How'd you do it? You don't have to be the most popular anymore. So media isn't dying. It's just changing who gets paid, how they get paid. This is where advertising is flowing. There's $1 trillion in global advertising by 2030 in this space. So you're looking at branded entertainment, creator economy. What are you creating? What are you putting out there? You're probably seeing a lot of people signing up to create and build these experiences. Where can they go? What is the next thing? Retail media. There's more and more kiosk at stores. So that's a voice talking to you. Maybe you could be that voice. Live shopping. Live shopping is killing. There was a brand that just signed up on like Whatnot. He was a fisherman and he's selling fish, and he started selling fish, just being himself, selling fish on Whatnot. And he doubled or like quadrupled his business income in a day. Just from like, hey, everybody, now I have access to a camera. I have access to my microphone. Y'all are going to hear what I have to say. And people bought into it. He's right by I think he was in Maine or by a body of water. He was able to get an audience and quadruple his business just from being himself, just selling himself. So it's crazy. And like what you'll see in podcasts and audio, the way I see it is that every city, every state will have probably like a syndicated person of that city. Like you could represent wherever you're from. Joe Rogan's out there. He represents a bigger mass, but there's going to be niche markets. Niche markets of if you're in San Antonio or Dallas or New York, you could be the voice for that city, that area, and you could capitalize on that. So when we think about attention is the new economy. If you have the vast amount of attention, you're able to drive eyeballs, dollars, and interest into certain segments or products and things of that nature. The algorithm rewards that interest, not followers per se. It used to be like, oh, if you had 2 million followers, you could kind of run the world. Like now you're seeing people that are just like 5 to 10K followers, 1,000 followers. They're being niche in their area, and they're digging into that, and they're bringing awareness to these subjects or situations. So it's not necessarily, don't get hung up on the content or the followers, but you want to just learn. Like, I would say the key thing in this is like, what can you teach people? What can people take away from you? Can you create that lane for yourself? Can you create and teach something that people can learn from you? Can you entertain them? Can you inspire them? Inspiration is a great thing. A lot of people are down and out. The economy is not where it's at. If you inspire people, you could be that providing light, that guiding light for them to work towards or be that thing that they want to be. And if you could help solve people's problems, that always brings people's attention. If you're able to help them jerry rig or fix something at the house, you could help them. Oh man, I'm trying to have a conversation with my 15-year-old daughter. I don't know how to talk to her. This is how you talk to her. You're using your voice. Like I said, you're using your voice in all aspects in all these scenarios. How do you kind of change that to your brand? How do you associate that to what you're doing in your life? You don't just have to be a voice actor that does commercials or promo or animation. Your voice can carry measures into different pockets, different communities, and bring impact and change. Where are they? There's a lot of information in the books. I would say what you want to do is watch the trends. Watch what your friends are listening to. Watch what the younger generation is listening to. I have a wide range of kids. I have a 15-year-old, I have a 12-year-old, and I have a 5-year-old. So that the diaspora of like what they're into is crazy. Like, I'm like, oh man, Roblox does this. Like, how does my son know all the Michael Jackson songs? And I've never played Michael Jackson for him. Like, these are different platforms. They're playing the audio. They're playing this music in these platforms. Can you be the voice of God in a Roblox room? And then people associate you with that and tie you into those communities. There's a lot of with like user-generated content. We're going to touch on that a lot because I think that's a big pocket that's just kind of exploding. And if you're looking for extra places to kind of gain monetary status or just plant your flag as like, I'm this person that kind of discusses these things, the platforms are emerging everywhere. And this is the list of platforms. So if you want to kind of like look at or take a screenshot, whatever you may, these are some of the like the creator platforms like Coley. That's like a platform where you get good. You do pitches to brands they have on their website. You could be like Colgate or lawnmowers. Like, I have a friend that's on one of these platforms. She just got a whole gift set. She doesn't have but like 2,000 or 3,000 followers. She just got a gift set from Ryobi to just do a video on her cleaning her car out with a Ryobi tool set, and she got to keep the tool set. There's other areas of avenue for you. Kohili, TikTok creator, TikTok effect house. There's things of that. And Snapchat, Snap lenses. I'm going to show you later on in the deck, like the importance of that. Like Snapchat, it's not as prominent, but like the reach that it has, the access that it has to I think they have 500 million daily users in their database. How can you imprint your voice in that platform? How can you create that? You can create experiences that are being heard. And I did bring like some experience, so meet me after class so I can show you more. There's also Tubi. So there's all these creator platforms that are either creating like in vertical content. Vertical content is growing at an exponential rate. China's already at a $150 billion market for vertical content. Are you creating your own shows? Are you making your own things? It's safe to say like people are on like 25 different platforms. How can you imprint and be there in those platforms? And it doesn't have to be the most top-notch quality. As if you're creating something, you're consistent, brands will see. You could grow from nothing. You could just create from a basic ideation now and put it into public domain. And I've seen what Kev on stage, he's just sold his distribution through Tubi and these platforms. He's got 5-year deals just from creating consistent content on social media that he does consistently. There's a lot of different places, as you know, Patreon, Instagram, universities. As recently, like I just published a book last year, and then I was like, hey man, I'm trying to speak to the kids. I want people to know. If you do not know, librarians are established. They're passed a budget every year, a budget to hire authors, a budget to bring people to teach kids. Talk to your local librarians, see what they're doing. What is their budget for? You could go read books to kids, get paid for it. Now that I'm an author, I have a book out. That's so crazy. Do you want to be a voiceover actor? I can now go speak at schools. I actually I've spoken at 3 schools this year just from publishing a book. And a publishing book, you could either go through the Amazon program and put it out quick. I did the long process of hiring an editor and things of that nature. But that opens up another door. But it's not just opening up another door. You now have another marketing tool. Your book exists out there. Your name is on different platforms, on Amazon, on Barnes & Noble. you're getting your brand out there. You're getting your face out there. You're getting into different networks. That network, just from a librarian telling me, hey, you want to come speak at our school for author book day? Like they have it for like reading week and things of that nature. That opened up so many more doors for me. That got me into different rooms. People that I'm meeting at these career days, they're like, oh, yeah, hey, can you come speak for our brand? Can you come open up for a show? Can you come be the voice of, I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Like a lot of them, like, as I'm sure you all know, you meet a lot of people and they never talked to a voiceover actor before. They're like, oh, dang, you do voiceover? That's, my voice is good. I could talk to, and that just opens everybody up. They're like, oh yeah, tell me more. How'd you get on this show or this thing? You open up doors naturally because you are unique in yourself in this industry. There's not a lot of us out here like at the scale. So in most cities, like I'm in San Antonio, there's a couple of San Antonio people in here, okay? There's only about like there's two handfuls of people that are, not saying not everybody's killing it, but like they're prominent in the space. So when you go into a room, you become the spotlight. Like people, I've never heard. I've always wanted to be a video game. I always wanted to be on commercial. Use that to leverage into different opportunities. Leverage your platform. Leverage yourself. And there's no permission needed. Like, why wait? A lot of people get stuck on like, I'm waiting for something to sign. I need all the equipment. I need the right people, the right places. No, there's no permission. Your voice is your content. People want to hear what you do. There's a guy like that I mentored recently. He moved to Austin. He's starting voiceover. He just did a video yesterday or like 2 days ago. I was like, hey man, you should just start just talking. Like he likes doing DIY, like building his car. He's getting views, but he just did a DIY on like his studio booth. And he got like 700,000 views, and people like just came to him because they wanted to understand how did he build a $300 booth. And it was like the sound, the acoustic, but that generated traffic to him that could either catapult him or he could use to advertise or to get better in his craft. Now he has experts that are audio engineers. Like, hey, maybe you should tweak it. Now he's getting a different perspective, a different game, different knowledge. But put your voice out there, and those things can lead to partnerships. People may want to partner with you if you're like, hey, I'm new, I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, let's help you out. Let's get you the right GIC acoustic panels in there. Like I know you got the Amazon 1.5-inch foam. Let's get you the right things. So I just want to say, like, from here on out, like, visibility creates opportunity. Some people may not want to post. I didn't want to post when I first started. I was like, oh, I don't want to seem like a douche. God dang, like this. I got this job. No, there's people that hit me up that just inspired them to create content on their own. It's not even the voiceover space, but then they lead me to other opportunities. They're like, hey, you inspired me to start this business, but can you come voice our commercial? I'm like, oh, damn, that's crazy. Like, you're now a full-fledged business and you're coming back to me. There's these opportunities that, like, when you give away and give yourself out there, like, they might come back, but it's always good to like just lean and give that game. I'm not a gatekeeper. I don't like gatekeepers because it's like everybody might have their own lane, their own perspective. But if you're able to just give the game away and know in your heart, like, hey, I gave out just so you be your best. There's a lot out here for everybody. Everybody can succeed. So we're getting into the game here. Have y'all heard of clipping? So a lot of these streamers are doing a lot of like, that's how they're blowing up. If you've seen like Neon and these other like what's his name, Kai, iShowSpeed, these dudes are hiring streamers. Clippers. The clipping economy is what exploded to like about $800 million a year. Like, these clippers are making money from the content that they're streaming on Twitch and Kick and things of that nature. But you do got to be careful. Like, it does get you mass promotion. It gets you out there. You're able to get your audio in different places. But every piece of content, that's what clipping is. It has a second life, a 10-second window in a hour recording or an hour live session turns more. 1 hour podcast session can turn into 50 pieces of content that could just keep feeding your audience, your fans. You just chop that up. There's segments that people just replay. And I'm sure all of y'all, I got a lot of group chats. And my friends, we're just sending memes all day. Those are clips of maybe big pieces of content that people are not paying attention of. So if you're looking at that, you just want to make sure that you can control your space. You control your IP in that space. I don't know if y'all seen like Theo Vaughn. He was like a part of the White House clipping for like some of their promotion about like border patrol. They took a clip from him talking in one of his segments on his podcast or a show and used it for the White House, like, kind of promotion of like, oh, we're helping people on the border. And he was like, what? Like, I didn't even give y'all permission. And that's where it gets dangerous. You have to be aware of like where your content is. And he posted on his social media, and he's a big person. He has a high like follower count. He's very visible. And then I think they took it down, but imagine that in other spaces. You have to be aware your clip can be put in a different perception in another space, and then like you didn't even mean it that way, but they take it and chop it up and merge it with all the other content. So you have to be aware of where your content is and make sure that you either strike it down or, hey, like, where y'all cutting me at in this? Y'all using me to help promote this brand or this opportunity? Hey, we need to work together. So yeah, let me see. Clipping can be damaging or new revenue. So like everything in life, there could be good, there could be bad. It's just how you work it and what you're aware of. So we're going to get into like the creator economy. We've been talking about that, but like these are just a bunch of different brands. So UGC isn't just like influencers like, hey guys, I'm getting snack jams and this. No, like you're just talking about your real life. A lot of them want to see these platforms, Coheely, Insense, Collabster, Aspire. There's people making 5 figures, 6 figures, just collaborating with brands, and they don't even have like the biggest platforms. They just want, these brands are wanting content. And that's what I'm saying. Like, AI is coming, but the content is coming too, and it's coming at a voracious rate, big rate. Like people are wanting more and more content, and we're here to fill that. Like if you need a voice, it could be an option for you. If you like to talk about a certain craft or a hobby, like so, there's just like there's actors, voice actors, writers, editors, producers. Everyone has a seat at the table. Where are you going to put yourself at that table? That's up to you. Are you going to be in the table? You're going to sit back and let other people kind of like exploit your passion, or you could be that real person, that voice from your art community. You're like, if you have a great knowledge in the musical space, you could become that. You're like, hey, I'm gonna talk about music, and this is what the formats you should be in, things of that nature. So your next client could come from content, but I just want to make sure that you're educated enough, like aware of what there is out there. Like your voice is so impactful, and that's the key of all things. Like even if you're off camera, like your voice is still selling. People are just doing like first person POVs of this, them talking or going through their life and getting brand deals, getting opportunities to tell those stories. So you're thinking, what could you create? There's like character skits. You see all the couples and, hey man, me and my wife are in an argument right now. Oh yeah, you could create those things, or you could just do a narrator, storytelling. How can you tell a story? Like once we get through this, you're going to see like the through line is the story. We are the person that are able, and we're allowed to tell the story. Like people want us, they pay us, they want us there to help explain their experience and like be that guiding light for people that are scrolling or on YouTube in between commercial breaks and things of that nature. But you have to be authentic, be yourself. I'm telling you, being yourself can take you so far. There's a voice inside your head that like drives you. Follow that voice. Establish your brand on all your platforms. Have that brand consistency if you're on all these different platforms, because they're looking for where they can find these niche markets. They're not looking for those multi-million followers. They're looking for niche markets, 5 to 10K. How can you isolate yourself, or how can you bring attention in that sense? And as you see, like the performance shift is going on majorly in the industry. There's a lot. They're looking for natural or casual, reactive. They want the little short form deliveries. They want you to be what everybody else is talking. They want that emotional consistency, and AI can't give you that. AI can't give you the full nuances, colloquialisms, the little, if you have like any slang or anything, it's not going to just throw that in there. You know it. You know where you're from. You know the communities you're a part of. You know how y'all speak to each other. It cannot give that. So I just want to make sure that you're always studying. Go out there, watch the TV. Go out to the art festivals. Go outside and touch grass, and go to these places and see how people are interacting. Sometimes I just go to places and just watch, sit down. Oh, this is crazy. These kids are interacting like this. Even my daughter, like I see she's in 7th grade right now. Like she's like, yeah, our friends, we just like search you up. I was like, what is search you up? She's like, oh, we look you up in Google. It's a term that they use, or they say we're going to search you up. I'm like, search me up. I was like, oh, I'll just Google you. Like, no, they search you up. These little things you could throw into your performance. You could gain knowledge from different generations, different genres, and you could put into your skill set of your craft. And as I'm saying, voice is becoming the experience. These embodied agents are using AI voices or human voices. It's not pleasant. It's not favorable for all people, but that's the truth of the nature. Like the voice is becoming everything. There's NPC interaction games. So you're playing a video game and you're interacting live with the NPC, and it's reacting back to you with whatever you said to it. And it's like, who are these voices and how can I be in these spots? It's the story driver. Now it's becoming companions. I have some friends that are like, yeah, I'm talking to these AI bots or whatever as my mental health clear. I wouldn't recommend it, but like they're doing it. Like, yeah, I just vetted, I talked to back and forth, and I'm just trying to go through my life decisions. I'm like, wait, you're talking to it as a person. Yeah, so but this is what's happening. These are like, you see your friend groups, they're taking this on, they're having these conversations, and it's becoming the interface. A lot of what you're seeing is a lot of technology is going away from kind of like tapping on your phone or your desk, like, oh, can you just talk to it? Can you just tell it what to do? That's all voice. That's all you. That's all everybody speaking into something. How do you become part of that experience? Where do you see yourselves in that experience? How do you become that voice for these different communities? Because they're going to rely on that. They want you to speak up for them politically, or if you're just an advocate for something, how do you become that voice? The human advantage, and I just want to break this down for you. This is like a little synopsis. We're starting to pivot here. I know, Matt. Hey, we're here. Hey, we have a great advocate, Matthew, in here. Appreciate you coming. Human versus AI. Like, so human is really like the experience. You have a life experience that computer, that system does not have. You have humor, you have connection, you have imperfection, you have culture, you have empathy. You have these things that cannot be just uploaded and put into your system yet. Where AI does have speed, scale, infinite, available, automation, efficiency. But in the thing of where we're going to today, like, people want real. People want to have that experience. People know, okay, you now know what it feels like to have. Oh, dang, this is what the AI does. Yeah, that was cool. Let me get back to a human. I experienced it. I played with it. As AI gets better, authentic human experiences become more valuable, not less. What you're going to see is like a drive for more in-person things, more maybe live announcers, event promoters, things of that nature, in-person experiences that an AI can't create. And you're going to see that dichotomy just grow more and more over the years. So AI is here. Now what? It's already being used. It's improving rapidly, and it's not going away. I want to kind of take y'all on a story of my own kind of interaction with AI. I'm a creator. So I like to create. I like to build things. My life is always in the intersect of entertainment and technology. I was using 11 Labs to create an experience for my app. It was called Audio Edit AI, just to help me edit faster. I was like, man, I'm tired of editing. Like, God dang, I got all these auditions. How can I edit them faster? How can I have AI look at a Word document and look at my audio and just edit to that Word document, so I could just kind of get through. So I was just playing around on the 11 Labs program. And then at the beginning of this year, what happened is that my friends reached out. They're like, hey, I heard you do that Pizza Hut spot. I was like, the Pizza Hut spot? I was like, I booked Pizza Hut? I didn't even remember that session. I was like, dang, that's crazy. I was like, I got to go look at this up. I was like, I looked through my auditions. I was like, I don't think I remember ever auditioning for Pizza Hut. And I went, and I was like, man, I've heard people, you may have heard yourself, like, oh yeah, I think I heard you in this spot or this commercial. And then I was like, I hear that all the time. And then I'm like, oh, that's not me. That's definitely not me. And then when I heard the Pizza Hut spot, I was like, whoa, yeah, that sounds a lot like me. The nuances, how did they do that? So can I play that? Let me see if I can play the clip here.
Pizza Hut right now is offering any large pizza for just $10. That's right, any pizza, 5 toppings, on crust like tavern, thin and crispy, original pan, or hand tossed, at any time for just $10. Just download the Pizza Hut app now. Pizza Hut right now is offering.
That was that spot. So what I did, I reached out to 11 Labs Legal, and I reached out to Pizza Hut Legal, and we talked in email for about a month or so. And I was like, hey, there's this spot. I think that's my voice. And they were like, oh, we're going to investigate this. And I talked to Pizza Hut. I kind of found the CFO's email for Pizza Hut. I sent a blank email, and he responded like he was out of office that Friday. But Monday, whoever his assistant was, they started talking and like, hey, we're going to look into this for you. So I was like, hey, I didn't know y'all use my voice for this. They did an investigation. And it's key that you just know your rights, know where your voice is. I was just building this application to help me build another AI editing application, testing it. How can I edit my auditions? No, they're working and programming and making your voice better behind the scenes without you knowing. And this is what I got from 11 Labs. Oh yeah, that is us using the Pizza Hut is using your voice. And Pizza Hut wrote me like, yeah, we do have a subscription with 11 Labs, and my voice is on there, and there's nothing, because on 11 Labs your user interface just shows you like how many characters people are using. It doesn't show you the brands who you're working with. It doesn't show you anything, what pay you're getting out of certain brand. No, it just says this is the character usage you had this week, this month, and this is what we're paying you out. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know. And then you start, so you could use it for anything, anywhere. Yes, we can use it for anywhere as long as they're a subscriber. They can use it for anything, for commercial licensing, perpetuity. They're like, hey, yeah, well, that spot ended a week ago. So because a spot started in December, and it was like about March or April when my friend brought it to my attention. I was like, they're like, oh, well, it's done. And they're just like, well, through the terms of service, this is how this works. Like if Pizza Hut's a subscriber to 11 Labs, they can use anybody's voice on there for whatever they may choose. And this could be a national usage. It could be anything they choose. So I was like, okay, let me remove my voice from here. There's like a 6-month period. Like mine's was just 6-month period. Some people have theirs for 24 months before they could remove it for a platform. I was just testing with it because I'm a natural tinkerer. I'm going to play. I like technology. But I just tell you that to tell you like this. Just be very aware. Read all of the things. Know the terms and services on both sides. I got lucky. I was able to communicate with Pizza Hut Legal and 11 Labs and like have them break down to me what was actually going on. Because I was like, I didn't know y'all could do that. And that gray line is still there. And we have people in great communities fighting for that to make sure that that is distinguished. We got Nava in the building, so like make sure y'all reach out to Matthew Parham, Nava. They're there fighting for our rights. They're going to the White House, getting those rights. There's not established rights right now. Like it's kind of like the wild, wild west. Like you could do anything. These companies are getting by with that. They're able to kind of live and thrive in that gray area because it's not established, and people are rejecting it. Like my oldest daughter, she's 15, going on 16. They like anything that's fake. Like even if you act fake, they're like, "Oh, you being AI." Like, oh dang, like you just fake, or like they don't want any parts of that. Like I'm like, hey, you should like do. I don't want to do anything with AI. I'm like, oh dang, that's crazy. Like you're learning from these different generations. People want real people. They want you to be yourself and just own your niche. Just be real, authentic. People are tired of this cookie cutter corporate stuff all the time. God dang, like just be you. Be like, there's so many people that are trying to fit this narrative. So just make sure you protect your voice and just read the terms, understand your rights and usage. Yes, sir. No. They said they paid me what they think they should have paid me. And I mean, I didn't know I was getting paid because it's like freaking $5 or $10. Like they're like, oh, here's $5 for the day. But you don't know who it's coming from. You don't know what brands are using your voice. So you don't see anything. All you see is character usage. Like how many characters were in the like that company used, or whatever prompts or scripts they're typing, how many characters are in their scripts. That's it. Like, that's all I see is scripts. You don't see what brands are using it. I saw Moody Center in Austin. They used the commercial. I was like, dang, I didn't know. That's all they show you for the user. Like if your voice is on there, all they're showing you is how many characters are being used and maybe how many users are. But it doesn't tell you who those users are, what they're using it for. As long as it's not like political or something nefarious, then they're good. That's it. That's like as simple as their terms are. It's crazy. So I say that to say this: don't fear it, understand it. Use it in a sense of like, I mean, it's becoming embodied into everything and everyday life. I work in the corporate space too, and these developers are being pushed. Like, are you burning tokens? Are you using tokens in your everyday life? Are you not? Like, they're getting fired if they're not using AI in their life. So they're in live or die situations as well in the technology community. So you have options. You can opt in, you can opt out, you can monetize it, you can protect it. But I just want to make sure that y'all are aware of what's going on and what's out there, because through my own personal experience. So let's have some fun as we transition out of the AI space. So it's a little deep right there. When the voice meets the real world. So what I've been working in is like the space of like AR, VR, XR technologies. For me, I feel like that's the place where it's going to go. How do you work with like the meta ray glasses? I know a lot of people don't like them. I'm currently in a program where you're just learning about how you can tell the stories of different communities. How can you use the XR experience, which is anything with mobile, like your VR experience with closed off glasses or just through your glasses. What can you see on the screen of your glasses and things of that nature? How can you help people navigate a city? How can you help the blind see with glasses and things of that nature? How do you tell these experiences? So I love technology. I'm going to always dive in. So if y'all ever have questions, reach out to me. I'm probably in it. I'm working with somebody that's doing something in that space. How I take my talent, I like to kind of like spread my talent across and use my voice in different places. I'm able to, through my company, or the place I work, I'm able to capture patents and help build experiences in these spaces like that utilize voice, like even like Ring technology. How are you using humans in these experiences? How do you create platforms so that way companies that see these patents that exist out in the world, how do they use that to build better experiences that help enable certain things? I'm also a part of like, I did the DreamCon in Houston about a month ago. I like to like spread my voice in different places. Now that I said I do author talks, it's just different platforms of where you can get your voice at. How can you talk to these kids? How can you inspire the next generation? You are a voiceover artist and you're in the booth by yourself a lot of the time, but how do you get out into this world? I would like to show you a little bit of the experience that I built with the University of Oregon and their platform for the Snapchat Spectacles. We built something to tell the story of a Coquille tribe that was terminated and help bring awareness to not just Oregon, but the augmented world and showing like, hey, this is what happens. And it's about a Sasquatch. I'll play a clip of that for you here.
Termination. That was the most horrible act that the U.S. government could possibly do. I lived the first 22 years of my life terminated. So I couldn't call myself Coquille. I couldn't call myself Coos. Who do you say you are? You can't say that you're Indian when you're terminated because the federal government just doesn't believe that you are. A long time ago, there were lots of humans and lots of birds and lots of animals, and they worked together and they lived peacefully. There was only one problem: Sasquatch.
We're taking one of a few powerful stories that survived termination and using augmented reality, we're bringing that story to life in your living room. Audiences enter Coquille territory, search for Sasquatch, but gain ecological knowledge and form emotional bonds with Coquille history to increase investment into preserving their future.
Whenever you put your name in a game, it's harder to erase you. That we don't want to be terminated again. So every single piece matters.
And these are like the things you could use technology for. They were already a terminated tribe. They got reinstated. And these are the stories that they tell their tribe, their kids that are coming up. And he's like, I wish, and that was he's a former chief of that Coquille Indian tribe. He's like, I want to be able to tell the story when I'm not here. How do I help the new generation of kids that are on these technologies see and be the voice? And some of that was just voiced by him. Like, it's just him being authentic to his tribe, his culture. So let me see here.
Termination.
Go to the next slide. I'd like to show you just a little more here. I got
Welcome to Ocean Eggs, where we look at all the little things. We are letting you loose on your own mission. You're going on a search for tiny marine creatures, maybe even some that no one has ever discovered before. On this journey, you are not just collecting creatures, you're collecting knowledge of what can help us, what can hurt us, and what could be lost to climate change if we don't start protecting them now. Pinch a location on the map to explore, and we'll drop you in with one of our submersibles. All right, intern, you're at a brine pool, also known as an underwater lake. The water here is extremely salty, saltier than what the water at the beaches tastes like. Roam around and collect any specimens that look mysterious. You collected a species of shrimp from the Red Sea. We know little about this one because of how deep they live. Come back to the ship and let's take a look. We still need to study what this species specifically can do. But scientists have already been transforming the compounds in shrimp shells into biomedical tools that can help fight cancer.
So yeah, this is just I wanted to show y'all more experiences. This was a project we worked with OceanX, people that worked on Titanic, and Snapchat, just creating these different networks. Now they're reaching out for us to kind of create voices for some of their programs and things of that nature. But this just came from me being in this grad school program that my job pays for. So like, I was like, okay, this is another opportunity for me to market myself and be out there. But I'll just tell you this, like Snapchat is a powerful tool. Like some of these filters that I created down here, like these people are using them, and I have my voice in these filters. This about 400,000 views that I got in like a matter of like a couple of weeks, and that's just somebody voting up, like looking at your filter you could create through a Snapchat lens and mark it off, and like they see you can brand your voice in these lens, and people come back to your content, come back to your page, your business, and things of that nature.
Welcome to OceanX.
Sorry, let me get every Yes, sir. Yeah, like people are reaching out, they're seeing your platform, you're able to see like tied to your page. Now you're getting visibility in different communities. If your voice, you could embed your voice into Snapchat like through these lenses, so you can create, and anybody could create them. Like they have an open platform for it. No, that's through Snapchat platform. That's through their own platform. You could build it using Lens Studio. Some people build their stuff in Unity, like the gaming platform. They export them into Snapchat and those experiences. So some of those experiences, like little 5 or 6 second, like you could do like not 5 or 6 seconds, but like just little loops of audio where you can kind of be like, hey, this is my brand, or they could use it to promote different brands. I think 11 Labs is a little different because they have like hours and minutes of your audio. Some of these Snapchat lenses are like 5 seconds of you just saying something, not long clips of you kind of putting on the Snapchat lenses. But what you see here is every company is becoming a media company. Dick's Sporting Goods created Dick's Media Company, not just to sell products or football or soccer equipment. They're creating content that are based around that equipment. Oh yeah, we have a soccer team. The whole soccer team is sponsored by Dick's, and like they have things of that nature. Like you've seen, the corporate message is they need to go to human. Like you saw the McDonald's CEO, he took a bite of the burger, just being himself, just being right. He wasn't like, hey guys, no, he's just being himself. Now you saw all the CEO burger companies start, oh, I'm gonna create content. They just want the eyes, they want the visibility, but they want people to be naturally themselves. Some of what you see here is Netflix is going more vertical. They're creating different content in that lane. A sneakers app has media on it. They're creating little shows within a sneaker app where you buy clothes from Nike. They're creating little mini shows, podcasts, and more material. How can you be that podcast voice? How can you do those things? Car dealerships. Car dealerships are now having characters and things of that nature within the dealers that are acting. They're just filming their everyday lives like The Office. But those dealerships are selling hundreds of cars just because people want to see that person that was like in their YouTube video, like, dang, I want to come meet Mariah. Dang, I saw her. And she's not even pitching cars anymore. She's just being herself at work, and they're creating little skits, and people are coming and buying and driving revenue up. So everybody's competing for that. So what you can start doing now is creating your portfolio in these spaces. Find somewhere you can work in. Create 3 pieces of content a week. It doesn't have to be crazy. You can start small. Experiment with character or POV. You can study gaming or interactive scripts. Connect with creators outside of VO. See who's doing or creating things, art installations. They may need a voice. Different experiences that might not be looking at voice in the same light we do. Stay aware of the new tools. Create content you care about or have expertise in, and just explore the world. The future needs more human. There's voice actors, creators, storytellers, innovators, builders, griots, risk takers, experimenters. Don't prepare only for the future of voiceover. Prepare for the future of media. Be prepared to attack and be in those spaces, because the people that are not, you're going to fall behind in a sense. You still could win in your space, but I want people to thrive and be plentiful of opportunity. So my name is Roberto Jolliffe, Berto the VO. You can find me at bertothevo.com. I also have the VO book. It's an illustrated book. That's how I was able to do author talks. As long as you're a published author in some sense, you can now go speak at schools. So there's no other requirements. You don't have to be a New York Times bestseller. You could go speak at schools in your local area. Yes. And if you want to find me on any social media platform, it's at Berto Boucher. My email is robertojolliffe@gmail.com. Any questions? Yes, sir. Oh, anytime. Thank you for being here. I appreciate everybody. Yes. Yes. I'm using media in any sense of like, how can I promote or recreate? Like me going to the University of Oregon was strategic in me building these relationships with these people. I know Oregon is tied to Nike. I know they're doing relationship with Snapchat spectacles. Now my professor is like, hey, I'm talking to Snapchat to see if maybe you could be a voice, do one of their voiceovers for their program. It's just these opportunities that are out there, but you could maybe find different stakes to plant your flag in these spaces by using media in that sense. The way media is expanding to more content on your phone, on your glasses, on things of that nature. Like, it's coming. Like, glasses are going to have screens. I just came from a conference in Long Beach at Augmented Reality World, and like, you can watch TV on your glasses now, like, and look like your regular Ray-Ban, whatever glasses. They don't look big, giant, bulky thing. You can watch content. So people are going to be watching content. How do you become part of that content? How do you find those spaces where you can be the voice in these different platforms? Yes, sir. Mm. I think that's a tough space to be in. Like, that platform is not, it's the Wild West, as I stated. We do have great initiative starters. If y'all need to talk to Matthew Parham and Nava, they're doing a great fight at the White House, but it is the Wild West right now. Like, the business see these gaps, and Matt, I'll let you talk if there's any other platforms I'm missing, but I think y'all are like the main one that are fighting the fight. Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, in the PSET situation, I talked to a lawyer that's a voiceover lawyer. He's like, hey, you need to talk to these right channels. He guided me and directed me, but it is this land that's new and mushy. And like, these businesses are taking advantage of it. Like, they're taking advantage of that no stake, no real guidelines to it. So it's just like, we're in this space of growing. Voice AI has just grown crazy in the past 3 to 4 years. So it's growing pains for everybody. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. With AI? Yeah, I've seen some that have improved where I'm like, okay, I see it especially at the company I work for is a call center. And like, these companies are looking at automating these processes. Like, how do you get that faster? I've seen McDonald's, like, I'm like, oh, like, it's like, no, I could take your order. Like, I'm like, oh, you could take, like, it's talking like a regular person in the drive-thru. And I'm like, okay, it's getting better than I thought it would be at this rate. Where like, I'm stumbling and it's, oh yeah, it's all good. Like, it's talking to me like a person. And I'm like, oh, that's where it gets scary. It's like, are you talking to real people or are you not? I'm on the call, instead of saying, can I speak to an American English speaker? I'm like, can I speak to a human? Can I just speak? But it is advancing in ways. These nuances, it's getting better at. It's not the clearly emotive. It can't do emotions and things of that nature, but it's gonna get faster. It's gonna get better as it's getting fed, because there's people that are posting media content on YouTube. They're feeding these engines, these data sources that they're not a part of the industry. So they're, oh yeah, just creating content, or hours of speech, and it's just learning and getting better. You're sorry. Yeah. Yeah, they're training that, like, that content that sits out there. There, these you got to be aware. That's what I'm saying. Like, clipping and all of that stuff, like, it's being fed out there. You got to like track your stuff, and it gets scary because you don't know where your voice and your content is being used sometimes. So you don't know how they're changing that on the back end, how they're training it, how they're utilizing it. Hey, I like to appreciate y'all for y'all time. Thanks again. I appreciate everybody for being here. Thanks.